Hi Capricorn, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your November TarotScope. And before I do that, I want to create some sacred space around this reading. Call in some good energy. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for also taking the time out to comment. I really appreciate all the comments. I read every single one of them. And it's good to know that these readings have helped people, that they're resonating with people. And also for those of you who have ordered readings, I appreciate your business. Thank you for that as well. I enjoy working with all of you. So let's see what's going on with Capricorn. We have a full moon in Taurus, which is favorable to you. It's in your sister sign, in the 5th house. And so that's activating your 5th and 11th house. And it's also favorable to Neptune, which is in your 3rd house. Sextile Neptune. So this is a good time for creativity and self-expression. So you might be getting together with, this would be a good time to get together with neighbors or cousins or relatives and make some music or create some art. This is a good weekend for that. November 4th, the weekend of November 4th. And then you have a new moon in the 11th, I think it's the 11th house. Hold on a second. Let's see. Yeah, new moon in Scorpio in the 11th house. And that's being aspected by Uranus in the 4th house. And so that could bring some surprises around the home. You could maybe have a new visitor, like somebody moving in. Or you could be doing some things around, work around the house, changing things up. Some of you might be moving to a new location. So that's something to think about. It's a time for new beginnings. And the 11th house is a house of wish fulfillment and dreams. So you could even, it also relates to the money that you earn from your career. So you could be also having a new boost in income in some way. So maybe a new job that you work from at home. You know, with the 4th house, you might be doing some kind of technology, something involving technology around the house. So anyway, let's see what Capricorn has going on in November. What does Capricorn need to know about relationships for the month of November? What does Capricorn need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? Okay. May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. Page of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Page of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. 6 of Cups. 6 of Swords. 9 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so you start the month out with the Page of Wands crossed by the 2 of Pentacles. So you're juggling a lot of projects. And the Page of Wands, so you might be working 2 jobs, or you just have a lot on your plate right now, especially with the 10 of Wands in the past. You're carrying a heavy burden. You're really working hard. And it's possible because you're trying to make more money, because the 5 of Pentacles is a card of financial hardship. So maybe you're struggling with bills and you're just trying to figure out ways to bring in more income. And you've been working really hard doing that, juggling 2 jobs. The Page of Wands, though, is a message. You're going to be hearing some good news. So whatever you've been working on is going to be well received. I think you're going to get some favorable news concerning that. So you're going to hear a message that's going to... And if you're in a relationship, the 2 of Pentacles can sometimes represent juggling. Maybe you're dating 2 people, or you're trying to decide between 2 paths. In any case, the Page can represent a new relationship because it's the Page. If you're with someone who's a fire sign, it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone who has youthful, energetic energy. Someone who likes to get out and do things, not a stick-in-the-mud type. In the past, you might have been helping someone who was going through a difficult time, either going through a depression or having trouble, you know, with life, paying for things. You might have been helping someone out financially. If it wasn't you having the financial problems, you might be Maybe there was a partner that was going through a difficult time and you felt like you had to help them financially in some way. So anyway, you're kind of on the fence about a relationship in November because you have this Two of Swords here. So you have a lot of twos. The Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, you're doing some decision making. The Two of Swords, the swords usually relate to mental stress. So you're trying to decide, you know, what do I do with this relationship? There could be a stalemate in a relationship where you're both not speaking to each other, or you're like, and each person's waiting for the other person to make the first move. So someone has to break the ice. Someone has to, like there could be unspoken resentments in a relationship where you're not really complaining. You know, you're kind of pretending everything's okay, but there's something brewing beneath the surface that you're not happy with, and you haven't really brought it up to talk about it. With the Two of Swords, you're going to have to talk about it. That's the only way you're going to resolve it. There could also be a situation where you're trying to decide on a career path. You know, with this Two of Pentacles, maybe you're juggling two different things. Like you have your main job and then you have your side gig, and you're trying to decide, well, which one do I devote? You know, should I quit my main job and make my side gig my main job? Or what path do I really need to go on? I can't keep juggling these two things forever. You know, whether it's two relationships, eventually you have to make a decision, or two career choices, at some point you're going to have to let one go and make a choice. So you can't be on the fence forever with the Two of Swords. But for some reason you're just sitting there stuck. The Page of Pentacles is coming up in the future, so you could be learning some new skills. You're open, at least, to learning new skills. So maybe if you want to take a career path, you want to maybe learn some new skills so you could bring in extra money, maybe get a different type of job that pays more. You could be, this is the card of the student, so you could be going back for some training. It doesn't have to be going back to school, you know, full time. It could be just classes that you take after hours or some kind of training. But you're open to learning. You want to learn some new things. You want to bring in some fresh energy into your life. But it could also be, with the two pages, you could be dealing with children. Sometimes the pages relate to children. This one would be a fire sign. This might be an earth sign. So one of them might be in school and very down to earth, very reliable, but a little bit rebellious at times. The other one could be very energetic, very like a go-getter type, very positive, optimistic. So maybe you're trying to help them decide, you know, what to do, or the decisions that you're making in your own life will affect your children in some way, and you're trying to figure out what to do. You have the Seven of, or it could also be two, because they're two pages, they could be two new relationships. And you may have a choice between someone who's more stable, down to earth, and someone who's more exciting, but not as reliable. So you're still trying to choose, like, who do I really go with, you know? The Seven of Swords is in your psychological block area or your negative thinking area. And this is a card of the thief or the sneak. So you might be worried, is someone being honest with me? You're wondering, you feel like someone's not telling you the whole story. So you could be involved in a relationship where you feel like someone's trying to steal something from you. Either they're taking credit for your work, if it's a work situation. Maybe like you're doing all the work, they're getting all the credit. Or you're afraid someone's going to steal your ideas, or someone might even be trying to steal your mate, the person you're involved in. The other interpretation could be, or you feel like someone's saying one thing to your face, another thing behind your back. So you're not sure what to believe. You're not sure who you can trust. The other thing that this could mean is if you are planning on, if you're doing something on the side with the intent of leaving your current job, or if you are seeing someone on the side in a relationship, you know, maybe whatever you're doing, you have to keep it quiet. You have to keep your plans secret until they develop a lot more. So you might be planning an escape. in a career situation, or even in a relationship. Like maybe you've been with someone for a long time but it's not working, and you're attracted to someone new, but you're not ready to make a decision about the relationship yet. So you might be dating two people and saying, okay, well, eventually I'm gonna have to choose one, but I don't want one person to know about the other, so I have to keep them separate. It could be something like that. But whatever it is, you are going to come out of it. You are going to solve it, because the Six of Cups, this is your environment. So you might be in a rut in some situation. There is something that you need to move away from. You need to shake some things up in your life, and not be complacent, because earth signs have a tendency to value security over change. And even though, you may not be that happy, you're not really ready to change. You're afraid of the change, It's kind of like the devil you know is better than the one you don't know. Like, you know what you've got, even if you don't like it, you don't know what you're going to get. The Six of Cups is a card of healing from the past, learning from the past, so that you don't make the same mistakes in the future. It can also mean connecting with someone from the past. So you may get a phone call, or you may get contacted by someone from your past. And you may have to decide, do I want to reconnect with this person? Do I want to establish a relationship with this person? Maybe that person wasn't very honest with you in the past, and now you're like, I don't know if I really want to go there, because of the Seven of Swords. I feel like there was some deception connected with this page. And so you're wondering, you're evaluating, do I want to reconnect with this person? Because they were a burden in the past. It could have been a relationship that you were once involved in that became a heavy burden, where they came to depend on you for a lot, and maybe in an unfair way or an imbalanced way. And you're not sure you want to go back there. So there could be a new person, though, in the future that I think offers more promise, but it's still at the beginning stages. So one thing this card does represent, these two sixes, it means great harmony. Like you're moving into a period of greater harmony. The Six of Swords means moving away from a difficult situation, moving toward a better, a more harmonious situation. So it could also, sometimes it even means a journey over water. So you could be thinking about a physical move to a new location, especially with the 10 here. In any case, even if it's not a physical move, it will be a move toward greater harmony, where you work out a conflict with someone, where you have a conversation and you talk things over and you come to some kind of closure or some type of agreement. One thing that this card does represent is you have learned from the past, and you don't want to repeat the past. But maybe sometimes this card can mean, okay, I know I made mistakes. You might hear from someone from the past. Someone from the past may come back into your life and want a second chance. And so you can sit down and talk and say, well, okay, I know we made mistakes in the past. Let's make this second try better. Let's learn from our mistakes and, try not to repeat them and try to make the future better. So for some of you, you could be connecting with an old flame, a person that you once were involved in, and you're making the second time around better. You're creating more harmony in this situation because of everything you've learned from the past experience. For others, it could be a brand new situation that you've learned your lesson from the past. Another relationship has taught you lessons that you are now bringing into this new situation. So you're not going to make the same mistakes with the new person that you made with the old person. So it could work in either one of those two scenarios. But whatever it is, you need to get out of a rut. If you've been overworking yourself and not socializing or not having a lot of fun because you've just been swamped with work, it's time for you to get out there. Start getting, stop being a hermit and get out of your rut. You've gotten yourself into a habit of work, all work and no play. So you have to get out and start connecting with people again. Call up some friends that you haven't talked to in a while that maybe you've put on the back burner because you've been so busy with work. And again, with the Nine of Wands, you know, Capricorns are very goal-oriented, and they're kind of workaholics. Sometimes you just get caught up in your goals and your work, and you forget to, you know, socialize and to get out there and have fun. The Nine of Wands is like, it sometimes means something that you thought was done and out of your life may come back to be revisited. Some problem you thought you had solved. So that's why I feel like you might be, some of you, excuse me, connecting with an old flame that may want to, you know, that may reach out to you and want to start up again. And you have to decide whether you want to do that or not. So you're going to have some decisions to make there. The other thing the Nine of Wands represents is feeling battle weary, like you've been working toward a goal and you're waiting to see, you know, the final success start rolling in, and you feel like, well, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just quit. The Nine of Wands is saying, don't quit. Just give it that extra effort. You know, just keep going. You're going to get there. Just keep going. You have these two sixes, so the future is going to be greater harmony. You have this new moon in the 11th house, which is a dream wish fulfillment house. So you're going to be connecting with new people and new groups of people that you can fulfill a dream if you just keep at it. And Capricorns are good at that. They're good at being persistent and being staying on track. They're very ambitious. They're very determined signs. Earth signs are they're the workaholics. They have a goal and they're going to stay at it, keep plotting until they get there. They're not like sometimes the air signs may quit if they don't see immediate results. But the earth signs, they're just like stuck there until they get there. And those are the ones, that's why they usually become successful. The most successful people are those that don't quit. So, don't give up on the dream is what I want to say. And you may connect with an old flame. And for some of you who don't connect with an old flame, you may have a new relationship to deal with that can be fun, that will get you out of the house, that will get you out of your rut. So, the Six of Cups is about greater harmony and moving away from work. You're going to be able to put down your burdens. I think that learning new skills will help you also if you have any financial problems. So don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to enhance your skills in some way. You will get there. You will get to that goal. So don't give up. And have a wonderful November, Capricorns. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you're in the United States. For everyone else, just have a successful, prosperous November. And I will talk to you again in December. Okay, thanks. Bye now.